Hey folks, how we doing today? First things first, I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I think a lot of the videos that I'm putting up now are bringing in some new subs. So I just want to take that time to say thank you. Today we're going to do kind of a little something different. This is what I would do in obviously in a production type setting, in a speed scenario, as in a customer coming in and they're waiting on a car and I need to kind of get it done quickly. This is what I would consider a hybrid shrink. So I'm going to go into that here shortly. As you can see, there's water on this car, so it did rain last night. We got a lot of dirt on the back glass. Remember I told you this is not the same bulldozer I use on my squeegeeing of back windows. This is kind of my dedicated dirt removing bulldozer. It's imperative when you're doing this type of shrink to get all the water and dirt off the back glass for this type of shrink. You notice I'm cleaning up off this trunk. That's so if my film drags across the trunk, it's not caught up on that water. That water will make that tint stick there immediately. Just stick to the water, not the adhesion part of it. Anyway. All right. So I've got my little blue towel here. It is dry. I'm going to moisten it up, saturate it down pretty good. So I'm going to set that right there. I've already got my window cut out, ready to go. And again, I'm going to air trim off the access. I'm just removing about 2.5 inches off the top that I don't need. Come in, I'm gonna lay this initially as close as I can to where it's gonna rest. And as you notice, it slid up there pretty easily because I don't have a lot of water left on the vehicle. Wherever you have water, that tint's gonna want to stick. So I've got my tint lined up, right? Lined up. I can see through it and I know that I'm really close on that edge where I want to be. So again, that moist towel, and I've tacked it. Break your blade. Trim off that axis. So now, everything in the center, as you know, is just completely dry. There's no baby powder. There's no dryer sheets. This is why I'm calling this somewhat of a hybrid shrink, because I'm only using the water on the outsides just to hold the film where I want it. Now, mind you, some people get in there and they stretch it real hard, and I'll always tell you in my videos, there's no need to do that on the outside because I want to shrink the fingers down. So mind you, again, there's absolutely nothing under this center section. I didn't do across there a wipe for say with that towel. So this is all just glass in the center, just glass, just clean glass. that shrank. What'd that take? A couple minutes, minute or two? Who knows? Ain't no sense in talking about it, about how well it works, if you don't get to see it actually applied. Doing the furthest reach I can to get that film making contact as far down as you can initially. So I haven't stuck the top yet. I'm gonna make sure all of it's laid down on the bottom and then start my scooching. We're scooching this thing down until we don't see any light at the bottom. So once I get to that point, I will do a roll up. I'm rolling it up, checking my light gaps. It's one thing we don't want. Any light gaps. I'm covered up over here. I'm covered up over there. I know I'm looking good down here. There's a good chance I'm looking good down there. All right, so we're all tucked in on these edges. As always, I start off in the center. Take some of this area right here that you see all this little tension. Just don't go ahead and don't squeegee over large fingers, because good chance you can crease them. So now we're going to pull to the left. Move some of that tension so you're not hard squeegeeing over those areas. So again, I'm going to pull to my right now. Some of that tension coming over there. Y'all know I didn't pull that much when I was shrinking, because I want them fingers in there. I want that film. I want to shrink that tension down. I don't mind squeegeeing it on the inside. So here we go. All right, so now we're going to do my little extended arm here. I start off in the middle, breaking it up. Breaking it up. All right, so it's all divided up now, and I know it's all laying down. So then we come into bulldozing. Why we're gonna go to the bulldozer? Because this bulldozer's got a rubber squeegee on it, and it's gonna wick more water out. It's gonna get more water out. With this thing right here, I wouldn't recommend, if you have a window, just going straight with this, because your film is kind of bunched up. You have a higher percentage crease in it. You was to start off with this little dude here. Put good amount of pressure when you're squeegeeing down. You're gonna get a lot of water out that way, guys. Be sure to lubricate the glass up, because these bulldozers don't like to slide on dry glass. If you're here, take your bulldozer, pull upwards. All these lines, they'll hold water. You can see I'm using 2 hands to apply more pressure. Again, I want to seal the bottom up, a little bit of water. Good clean squeegee to the right. Good clean squeegee to the left. Have one little finger right there. This tint dropped in behind these sail panels beautifully on this car. Some of them, they're making contact with your glass and they'll fight you. This particular one was lucky. We're not getting any contact, so we're not gonna have any potential agitating. Here we go. I have not done any heat yet. This is just simply installed, squeegeed out. And that's how you do a hybrid shrink, guys. As always, like and subscribe. Thanks a bunch.